Have you ever stopped and wondered who you are? Because I did. And let me tell you, it's not as simple as it sounds. It's not just about your name, your hobbies, or what others see on the surface. It's about truly understanding what drives you, what scares you, and what you stand for. I used to think I knew myself. I thought that if I followed the path set before me, did what was expected, and listened to what others said about me, I would eventually figure it out. But I was wrong, because deep down, I still felt empty. Then one day, I decided to stop. I paused, and I asked myself the hardest question of all. Who am I? And the scariest part is that I didn't have an answer. And one day, I fell into a really low point in my life. I felt stuck and empty, knowing that so much of who I was depended on what others thought of me rather than what I truly believed. I started seeing small details everywhere. I was always tired, unfulfilled, and living on autopilot, doing what was expected. But then, my sister shared a quote with me that changed everything. Life is like a moving train. If you don't know where you're going to get lost along the way. And her words made me stop and really think about who I truly was. So I decided it was time to make a change and to start living my life the way I truly want it and the way I believed I should have it. Finding yourself isn't a one-time event. It's a process that's messy and confusing. Stepping outside of what feels familiar is necessary. It's easy to say where it's comfortable, but comfort doesn't lead to discovery. I had to push myself into new experiences, meet people with different perspectives, and expose myself to challenges that made me feel uncomfortable. And throughout these moments, I started seeing where I felt drained and where I felt alive. Asking yourself the hard question is also key. Instead of waiting for a major crisis to force me into self-reflection, I started actively questioning myself about everything. Why do I believe what I believe? What excites me? What I think I should want rather than what I should really want? And these questions, although hard, were the ones that gave me clarity. Even recognizing the signs that I was in the wrong train were crucial. I felt empty, vague, and I drained the future rather than looking forward to it. I felt like I was living on someone else's body instead of my own. And it was really hard. It was really hard to come out of this space. And I keep telling myself, this is just how things are, instead of truly believing that I could truly change them. And finally, one of the biggest myths about self-discovery is that once you have it all figured out, you're set for life. But this is not true. Because who we are today might not be the same as who we're going to be 5 years from now. And that's okay. Because understanding and learning to be adaptable, to let go of old versions of myself, and to understand that growth requires change was a game changer for me. So today, I'm making a call of action for everyone who feels stuck, who don't know themselves yet. Take the moment to step outside of what feels familiar. Try new things, but not just for the thrill, but to truly understand what drives you. Don't wait for a major crisis to force you into self-reflection. Do it now. Because something that I learned during my journey is that life is like a moving train. If you don't know where you're going to get lost along the way. But if you stop for a second and ask to yourself, am I on the right train? And realize you are not, then it's time to make a change. Because you owe it to yourself to know who you are. Because once you do, life won't just happen to you. You will be the one shaping it. Thank you.